Hey, I'm Grant and welcome to the State of the Channel for November 6th. So I'm looking forward to being pretty productive this week. I have at least one OSRS blind video I want to put out, at least one new just kind of on the room discussion video, and then I'm thinking today, if I can fit it in, I promised myself I'm going to start that Resident Evil 4 Let's Play and just get it out the door and get something. Because that's usually the big, thing I gotta get over is filming it. Because on the one hand, filming it's the easy part. Just to sit down an hour, just do whatever and go. But even though the editing is way harder, it is nice knowing that I kind of can just chip away at it once it's actually done. I don't have to sit down and make it a big thing. I can work on it for 5 minutes or 5 hours. It's just there and it's available. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting out the audio version of the podcast that came out on Friday. I don't strictly have a date that I put the audio ones out. I just kind of do it as is. I'd like them to be every Friday, but they essentially suffer from the fact that I can't start working on the audio version until I am definitely done with the video. And what came up this time is, if you actually go watch the video and listen to the audio, one of the things that is an issue is there is these little audio clicks that get introduced in the sound for some reason when I put them in my editor and re-export them. And currently, I don't know why. I've tried a couple different formats to see if that fixes it, and it doesn't. But I'm trying to find a way to get rid of that. And I have a workaround like right now where I can essentially strip the audio, I think, before I import it and then re-import it as just a standalone audio file. But I want to be able to solve that so it's no longer an issue. So the reason it was delayed this week was because I was trying out a bunch of different formats and it takes a while for those to convert just to see if they work or not. So that's what ended up pushing out the audio. Otherwise, if it is still an issue, I do try and clean it up in the audio because it's way more noticeable when you don't have the video, but that's one of my main goals I want to get is just these little audio blips that appear, or the left and right tracks will get slightly desynced from each other for a second or two, and it's just these really weird, I don't know where the issue is coming from, but I'd like to solve it. Because if I do, it will shorten my actual workflow cycle because I don't need to do all these extra little steps, and it will just improve the quality. So looking forward to that. Otherwise, just hoping to film and edit a lot this week. I think what I'm gonna do is in December, I'll have some free time because I'm finishing up a couple big projects at my work. So I'm thinking of taking maybe even up to a week off where I just sit down and I just make content. My sister's gonna be in town, and so I'm gonna be hopefully doing, I wanna say at least 3 to 5 podcasts with her. Then I want to do a couple of the OSRS blind series, and then maybe a couple other things to see how they kind of go and get those all edited and done. And that would be my first big kind of backlog to keep working on other stuff. So as always, you can contact me over on Twitter. It's at taken4grantd, or on my email, it's grant@taken4grantd.com, and I'll see you guys again next week.